It's Gina Brogan with Second Act Life Coaching. How are you guys? We're going to have some manifesting fun. Going to say hi to some people. It's a funny time. It's a different time than I'm normally on here, but I just want to, you know how I work. I just do things when I do things. Okay. Oopsie. I always do that. All right. So, hi, Catherine. How are you? All right. So, I'm on the phone today. The Bears. Go the Bears. I don't even know what season we're in. I think we're about to do spring, so it's almost baseball season, right? But anyway, this is my baseball hat. I got in the bathtub. Hi, Maria. How are you? And anyway, humor me, guys. Humor me. And I will do some cards if we feel like we need to do cards or want to do cards. But I'm standing up today because it feels really good. I was doing some driving today. All right, so I'm on the phone with a client today, and she experiences, she's got some hip pain, like some really strong pain in her legs. Always the cards. We're gonna do a card dance. We're gonna do a card dance. Okay, so she has this problem with her legs, and it's sort of a chronic. Hey, Alexandra, how are you? All the way from, not quite San Diego, but close to San Diego, right? San Pedro? No, you're farther than that. Anyway, I know tell me where you're from. I forget. I mean, I don't forget. I mean, I know it's south of LA because I know. Oh, Alexandra, I met you at a Superfly sisterhood thing, right? Catherine Morris, meet Alexandra, Superfly sister situation. I know I'm right. I know that's where I met you. But confirm for me. Okay, so here's the thing. My client. And she's somebody who was like back in the day, used to listen to Wayne Dyer. And so she's already, right? I'm lit. She's already gets all of this manifestation stuff, but even if we get it, we still get tripped up, right? We get tripped up because we're human beings. And so, I'm holding, this is a little crystal. Isn't it cute? It's I think it's an amethyst or something. It's just really cute. This represents me. This is my little me right here. So I'm going to put myself up on a pedestal. Oh, look. On this little guy's thing. This little fisherman thing. All right. So, Grace, thank you for that question today. How do you stay lit? Well, you're not always lit. We're not lit up 24/7, 365, right? But we're not supposed to be. That's not what it's meant to be. It's about managing and recognizing and observing and being okay with not being okay all the time and being gentle with ourselves. But, always climbing up the ladder, always saying, hey, how can I look at this situation differently? How can I look at this relationship differently? How can I do things differently? And, one of the great prayers, a lot of you are in the I never can get it right. You're actually with me all. Yay! Observing. Be the gentle observer, though, not the harsh observer. Okay, one of you can write the Sisterhood Soul Discovery Group, which is an amazing group. Soul Discovery Sisterhood. Thank you, Anita. I love that prayer that I think Leah may have gotten from Amanda, who may have gotten from Gabby, where it's okay, I remember hearing it from Amanda Francis in the Money Mentality Makeover group, and it's such a good one. God, I'm willing to look at this differently. I'm willing to do my part. I'm willing to take guidance from you. Please show me my next steps. Blow my mind is what Leah was saying the other day. And that's a great prayer because it's very positive. It's okay, hey, I want this thing. I really would like to look at this situation differently because the way I'm looking at it right now is presenting some resistance, right? So yeah, Catherine, there's the Superfly Sisterhood, that is Celia Ward Wallace's. And then Grace, there's the Soul Discovery Sisterhood. So there's like these two different amazing women's groups that are really, really like empowering and all about manifesting and all about like really loving ourselves to our next level. And so this person has had a lot of pain, like physical pain. And that is one that can really trip us up, because I was talking to her and I'm like, okay, how are you doing today? I was just checking in. And she's like, well, great if it wasn't for the pain. And I'm like, okay. And we were at lunch the other day and I was like, so play along with me. What if you started, because she used to do manifesting, Wayne Dyer and all of that a long time ago. And I said, let's just apply that stuff just for fun. Like, why not? Like, where's the downside, right? Where's the downside in just pretending? And it's like, that's basically what affirmations are. Well, we get we know this now. We know this, that we can reprogram our minds. That's not something that we're still trying to figure out, right? We know that we can actually reprogram our minds to believe something new and different, and to believe basically what we want. We can change our story and change our belief through all the manifestation principles that, you know, everyone teaches their own different like steps or different way of doing it. Like, I have my steps, how I do it. And Amanda Francis has hers, Leah has hers. We all have our own. And really, it's not like, there's not a magic pill, but there are things you can do on a daily basis, on a minute-by-minute basis, when you want to keep shifting. And if there's something big that it's like way out there, and it's like you're here, and this thing is way out here, and you're like, I can't even wrap my heart around that idea. I want to believe that that could be possible, but I just right now can't. So what I would say is, what if you just say, I'm getting stronger and stronger every day. I'm getting better and better every day. Because, you know, we started out with, when we were out lunch the other day, we started out with, okay, well, what if you just said, there is no more pain? And she was like, well, that's dumb. She was like, that's just dumb, because there is, and I can barely walk. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. How about if you just say, I am getting stronger and stronger every day. Now apply this to anything. The three major areas that people tend to kind of gravitate toward, at least in my audience and my circle, is love, wealth, you know, financial wealth, or health, right? So relationships, money, and health. Those seem to be the things that we desire the most, that we feel are separate from us, right? So, hi, Peanut. So I'm petting the cat with my foot, because he's literally rolling around. Look at him. Like, hey, talk to me. So cute, right? So what if you just decide and apply this, like, if you have a notebook, pick something. Get your notebook out, because I want you to take notes. And I want you to write down right now one thing that feels impossible to you, okay? It feels impossible. Like, oh my gosh, it's just not even ever possible for that thing to happen. Okay, I'm gonna play some Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do. Oh, now I'll do it quietly in case you're thinking. Do, 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 do. All right. Does everybody have their thing? And if you do have your thing, do you want to put it in the comments here and tell me what it is that you want so much, you feel it's not something that's really, maybe you have like 10% possibility for it. And then okay, I'm waiting for comments. And then what I want you to do is this. Tell yourself, okay, write down this affirmation. This thing is already mine, okay? So if it's like $15,000, or if it's a husband, or if it's pain-free. So for my client, it was like, I want to be pain-free and I want to be able to walk with ease. So she was like looking at other people going, why is it so easy for them to walk? And I say, well, that's what you want. That's your affirmation. It's easy to walk without pain. It's easy to walk pain-free. I get to walk around easily and effortlessly, and it feels so good. Having mobility feels amazing. And so I was trying to kind of get her into that state, and she just wasn't buying it. And I said, that's okay. If you can't buy that big thing that feels so far away, let's start with the incremental. I am bringing in more health into my body. It feels strong. I feel stronger every day. I know how to access the right physical therapy, or I know how to access the things that my body needs. I know how to eat to support my strength. I know how to exercise to support the development of the different muscles or whatever. I know how to, I am seeking the right help. I'm connecting with the right doctors. I'm doing the right things every day to bring me closer and closer to walking with ease. Now, do you feel the difference? Sorry, Peanut, I do not want to step on you, but I know you love having closeness. So Grace, you've got yours. Good. Does everybody else have their thing? And what I want you to do is do this with me. Do this for the next 2 weeks. Have your it's already done thing. Because what if you were able to reprogram your mind and do this work and do these affirmations and start to move in that direction much more quickly. Remember, I want you to collapse time, I want you to compress time, and I want you to be that woman who already has that thing. So this is one of the ways, this is one of the exercises you can do. So create your affirmations. If you can't wrap your heart around it's already done, write that anyway, but then do the incremental ones. Like, okay, for me, I'm manifesting $15,000, right? So of course, it's like, it's already done. $15,000 is already mine, it's already in my account. Now, how do I behave? Well, first of all, if I can't really believe and I can't really convince myself that it's already mine, that's okay. That's okay. I can say, every single day I'm showing up in the energy of that woman who already has that income. I'm showing up as that woman who knows how to serve clients in a way that they want to work with me. They want to be in my energy. They want to be at my retreats. They want to be in my mastermind group because I'm serving from and coming from a place of service. I'm sharing my heart. I'm turning off the fire. It got too hot. So every single day, I'm allowing myself to be guided. I'm doing the meditation. I'm doing all of the things that bring me into a higher vibration state. I'm monitoring how my vibration is. I'm monitoring my emotional set point. I'm raising my emotional set point every single day. And so I'm always, always shifting my thoughts rather than getting bogged down in who's going to do this? Who's going to pay for this? Who's going to think it's worth to be in my energy? Who's going to want to come to my retreat? Who's going to want to be in my thing? Instead of going blah, 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 and driving myself crazy, I'm connecting with the energy of it's already done, okay? So if I'm connecting with the energy of it's already done, now what does that look like? And I want you to do that right now. Pretend it's already done. Let's set aside the incremental affirmations. Now say it's already done. So this thing, this dream, this whatever, this income goal, this relationship, this health goal, it's already there, okay? Now, how do you show up tomorrow? How do you show up in your life if it's already done? What are you doing differently? Well, how do you wake up? You're going to wake up and you go, oh my gosh, okay, so for this one client of mine, what she's going to do is she's going to go to all the parties. She is going to go to do the shopping. She's going to go do all of the things that she doesn't think she can actually do. So she's going to say to herself, I'm going to put these things on my list and this is what I'm going to do today. And it's going to feel really good and I can't wait. And I'm going to call my friends and we're going to do this and this and this. And she's going to just assume that energy. And if you can just assume that energy, okay, So like, what does it look like if you've already got like the husband, the boyfriend, the relationship that you want? Maybe he's not in your bed, maybe the ring isn't on your finger, but that's okay. How do you show up in the world as if it's already done? Do you show up in the world like your head is held high, you're in this lovely relationship, you feel really, really taken care of, protected, supported, you're going throughout your life in this high vibration place, right? And Grace, this is one of the ways how you stay lit. You just pretend and you say, this is how it would be if I stepped into that next level, if I became that woman, how does she feel? So you access how it would feel. And if you've ever like had a relationship, or if you've ever like received whatever it is you want to receive, or if you ever did have that health, you say, well, that's how it would feel. Or you look at how it would feel. You look at people who are doing what you want to do, or you go into the stores, you drive the cars that you want to drive. You really get into that place of, oh, so this is what it feels like. And then if you can't quite get there, what do you do if you can't quite get there? You do the incremental. But I want you to take the leap. I want you to take the leap and assume that feeling for just a few minutes a day, if that's all you can do. And one way that I do that, like I used to do this Joe Dispenza meditation, and I'd get into this meditative state, and then I would start to just imagine. I go, oh my God, oh my gosh. And I always start my manifestations with, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But that's, for me, that kind of triggers, oh my God, this is happening. I can't believe it. And then I create that symbolic scene, right? So a lot of you have heard me talk about the symbolic scene. Like I've got that symbolic scene where my ex-husband and I are having this reconciliation at my son's graduation. And like, I'm sitting here, he's sitting in the same row, but way far away with his new wife. And it transcends all of the toxic, unhealthy relationship patterns that we have been experiencing. This one moment, it melts away. And I'm creating that scene in my head and in my body all the time. I do it all the time. And so the scene looks like this, where, okay, my son's walking across the stage, and I'm sitting here, and I lean forward, and I see my husband, I catch my ex-husband's eye, and we just kind of have this, look at what's happening, and oh my God, holy shit, that just happened. And I feel it in my body every time, okay? So take something like that and create a symbolic scene. So for my client, I'm like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You are going to go to a place where you are dancing. And just humor me. Just humor me and dance. Because I want her to feel like moving and walking and dancing is effortless and painless, and it feels good. And just for a few minutes a day, go there. Listen to the music. So now we bring in all the senses. Listen to the music that's playing. So pick a song. I tell her to pick a song. And then I say, well, who are you dancing with? Maybe he has like really great like soap. I'm not a cologne person, but maybe he's washed himself with really great cologne, great soap. And he smells really manly, and he's dancing, and it's almost like you're floating, but you know your legs are working and they're strong. And it's like, what a beautiful situation. And wow, now you're gonna go and finish this dance and go sit down and enjoy this beautiful snacks or whatever, or champagne, I don't know, but bringing all the senses into it, right? So that is an example of a symbolic scene. And can you feel the emotion and the movement and like, oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? And bringing in the music. Now she can play that music and she can take herself there. So the more you can take yourself to a place, and like I used to do this all the time, where I had a cup of coffee, and out my window was this lake. And it's literally the lake I go ride my bike up and sit on Meditation Rock, and I look over the same exact lake. that I imagined over and over and over again. I used to imagine being here, complete solitude, and I'm just doing my coaching work. And it's like, and now I'm doing it, you guys. I'm living this life, okay? So humor me and do this, please, 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 please. Okay, so another symbolic scene that I have created. What was the one I was just going to talk about? Oh, let's do one. I have another one that's like so much fun, okay? It involves that same son. It actually involves both of my kids. But this one is like, I am getting married. I'm getting married, okay? And it is, I think it's on the bluffs of Malibu. I know it's like on the bluffs of a beach, and it's obviously an amazing day. And my husband is there, and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I mean, I have like this energetic sense of who he is, but that is still forming itself. But my sons, this is what my sons are doing. My youngest son, he's taller than me right now. And I see him he's dressed in like this light purple shirt. And he just comes up to me, and this is what took me by surprise, because I didn't expect this to come from it. But he's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. And he's like, so, like he expresses himself in this symbolic scene in a way he's never really expressed himself to me, in like a really mature, I'm so proud of you kind of way. It was just amazing, and this totally took me by surprise. I had this one probably a year or two ago. But so that's another one. So that hasn't manifested yet, but it's already done. Like, it's already done in the energetic realm. So I don't really have to do a whole lot of worrying about that, because it's already done. Because I want to like manifest other stuff more immediately. Like, okay, here's another one. Another symbolic scene I created about my business. And I shared this one in one of my groups, one of my paid courses, my letters from your future self. Because this is where all these scenes came from, is I started writing these letters from my future self. So this one was all about, like, I had just wrapped up my first, no, it wasn't my first retreat. It was a couple retreats, and, you know, I'd been doing retreats. And it's like, okay, it's set in Mexico, in Todos Santos, which is like an hour north of Cabo San Lucas. And I already know the property because I used to have a house next to this property, and it's a gorgeous property, and I've been there, and I've like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there, everybody has just left the retreat, like they've just checked out, and the retreat is wrapped up, and we had like, you know, I think it was 4 days of like bonding and dancing and private chef and manifesting and journaling, and it was like, we laughed, we cried, we broke bread together, and we literally changed our lives over that course of the 4 days. And like those 8 women left completely different people. Like they completely changed their lives. Hey, Rasta Cheetah, are you watching right now? And let me know, you don't live in Puerto Vallarta anymore. I mean, you never lived there. You live in Aguas Calientes, right? Do you still live there, or did you move? Anyway, so my point is, all of these things that I created, they come true. I manifest them because I want to. And I keep shifting my thoughts there, and I keep going there in my imagination, and I fill it in with details. So I fill it in with the sensations in my body. So there's the senses, like taste, touch, smell, sound, whatever else, hearing, whatever the 5 senses are, right? But then there's also, how does my body feel? So here's how I get there, because it always feels like this, and I get there through my meditation. Like when I am meditating, or when I wake up in the morning and I'm not ready to get up, I stay in my bed and I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, this feels so good. And I just stay in my bed and feel it, and it goes throughout my whole body. It's this sense of relief. It's this sense of like, and give me some hearts if you can identify, if you can relate to what I'm saying. Like, is any of this, are you picking any of this up, what I'm dropping? Because that's how I do it. I get myself into where it's already done, and then I can push my boat out. Then I can live outside of my comfort zone, and I can be that next level version of me. Like right now, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. I'm putting out there my first retreat. Like, holy shit. I've done workshops in my home. I've done little things. I've done courses online, but a 4-day retreat, like actual what? Are you kidding me? I've talked about it though. People who know me, I've been talking about like, oh, doing this. Now I'm doing it. Like, I've got dates, I've got the place set up, I'm getting the personal chef, I'm getting the photographer, I'm getting the makeup person, I'm getting all of the resources together, so it's happening, and I'm putting it out there, and I'm talking about it, and it's coming to life just from my own energy. So I'm making it happen. And a lot of it is like, so a lot of this work is going to be actual practical things, but for it to be matching my manifestation, matching my symbolic scene, there's going to be a lot of magic that has to come together to make it all just work smoothly and perfectly and effortlessly. But I already know it is. I already know it's done. So I also say my things in the present, right? I don't say it's going to be like this. I say it already is. Okay. Anybody picking up here? Are you picking up? Give me some hearts. Give me some questions. What is it? And this used to feel impossible to me. And now it feels like it's already done. Because I've thought about it, I've meditated, I've brought it into my body, and I've done the symbolic scene, and I read it. Okay, so here's the other thing. I read it over and over again. Okay? I read my symbolic scene, and when I do, I feel like this. I feel like I get into the energetic state of already done. This energy that you guys are feeling right now, Grace, that you said, how do I stay lit? I keep going to those things. And so I have the tangible physical manifestation of that symbolic scene because I've written it down, or I make voice recordings of it, or I do videos of it where it's already done. It's already done. And I replay it over in my mind. It's already done. So can you guys do that? Can you guys like say, this is this thing that I want? Now, what happens next? What happens next? All the resistance will come up. But I've never done that before, but I've never had that happen before, but I've never had a good relationship, but I don't trust men. Men don't treat me well. Let's see. My first marriage ended. I can't get married again. I've never hosted a retreat, so how can I do it? I don't have enough people who follow me, who would be interested. It's too impossible. So those are the barking dogs, right? Those are the things that are going to come up. That's your resistance going to keep you playing small and in your little comfort zone, right? Do you want to stay in your comfort zone, or are you ready to play bigger? Because sorry, Peanut, sorry, I'm like doing this because Peanut's right there. And I mean, it's really cute, right? It's super cute. However, I don't really need to stand like a tripod there. He just shifted. Now I can put my legs together. That was a funny joke, you guys. Come on, laugh. Somebody laugh. So, what is it that you need to be already done? Are you writing in your notebook? Because you're not writing in the comments here, unless I'm not getting comments. Are you writing in your notebook? I want this to be done. Now, can you give it a date? Thank you for the laughter. Because, that's how I manifest. I raise my vibration through funniness and not being so heavy. So there is a time and place for heavy. Don't get me wrong. I got plenty of heavy. But let me go back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Because there was another important thing. Thank you. oh, what was I saying? I guess I could go get cards because I can't remember what I was saying. It's already done. Okay, yeah, so do you have your already done thing? And if it just seems too impossible, don't worry about that. Oh, time frame, timeline. Give yourself a date. Give yourself a timeline. Okay, say by the end of 2019, this is already done. Remember, by June of 2017, I was going to be out of my job and living this life that I'm living now. Well, it was only 6 months after that that it happened. Prior to that, okay. Then I'm going to ask you, who do you have to be? How do you have to live your life? What kind of person makes this happen? Oh, okay, no worries. Thank you, Donna. So what kind of person has this already done? By summer, it's done. Okay, so does that person who has that thing done, does she continue to do what she's doing today, or is she moving out of her comfort zone? Are you moving out of your comfort zone? What does that mean? Well, some examples of what I did. Some examples of what I did to move out of my comfort zone is I had to tell new stories. Like, what kind of person does this? Well, the kind of person who is a trailblazer, the kind of person who's not afraid to call in sick to my job when I needed to start to act as if I was a coach who didn't have to be constrained with those time constraints that my job had me in, right? What kind of person, what kind of person hosts retreats? I mean, I'll just go with my example. What kind of person hosts retreats? Well, somebody who has something to say, somebody who has something to share, somebody who has something to teach, somebody who has access to the ideas, somebody who has the guts, somebody who has the guts to say, I believe that 5 people will be here. I believe that 5 people will come and will spend this money to be at this retreat and spend this time in this beautiful, luxurious place, getting all of these things because they know that they need this for their life. They know that it is the next step in their life. They know that they're going to step out of their comfort zone. They're going to invest at a higher level because they know that this is going to be a turning point in their life, right? Reframe and rephrase all the things that supports as the things as supports versus blocks. Yes. Absolutely. So the blocks are your starting point. Consider them your starting blocks for creating your affirmations, right? So for me, okay, well, let's go with the woman with the having the trouble walking. For her, I told her, like, just see yourself walking, see yourself doing it effortlessly, right? And she's like, oh yeah, right. That's impossible. And then she said, it's just too much pain. And so I have all the different strategies for changing mindset for overwhelm and disbelief and all of that. I've got tons of those strategies. So that's customizable. So we customize that. But what would you say to somebody whose block was, it's too hard to walk with pain, without pain? Well, I would say find evidence. Look for evidence that suggests otherwise. So I know I can point to all kinds of people who have had debilitating hip pain and have recovered. She actually had debilitating back pain from an accident, and she did breath work with an alternative doctor that eliminated the back pain. Eliminated it, okay? And I'm like, wait a minute, you've already done this. How are we doing this again? You got to do this again. So she's sort of like buying into it, like, okay, yes. Another one, another story I hear all the time. All the time I hear, at my age, it's too late to meet a good guy. At my age, it's too late to da-da-da. Or in this town, well, blah, 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 blah. That's noise that I don't like to hear because it's so totally not true. Like, at my age, I've actually never been as, what's the word? Magnetic. And I've never had the opportunities that I have now. So that's not true at all. So I hear a lot of women say at my age, it's too late for me. And boy, do I jump on that. I actually hear men say that too, which is interesting. Another one that people just say, oh, this is another one that really, this is a word, a limiting belief, or just a habit of mine that gets me every time. When people say it's hard. When people say it's just hard. It's hard to live in this world. It's hard to get by. It's hard to do this. Like, I'm like, stop saying that. Don't say that anymore unless you like it being hard, right? If you want it to be hard, you can keep saying it. But remember, everything you say, first of all, comes from a thought. So once it's a thought, it goes from being a thought to an actual words. And you need to change the thoughts first. So now I'm like, I won't say it's hard. I can't say anything is hard because I've already done the impossible on so many different things. So remove it's hard, or I can't, or it's too expensive from your complete vocabulary, right? And decide, actually, I can have whatever I want. I get to choose. I get to choose how hard or easy something is. So find the counter example that defies what it is. So I you know what I do? I surround myself with happy couples, because I used to have this idea that marriage was awful. It was a lonely place to be. It was unhappy. I always thought that marriage was sort of a compromise. So that played out in my life. I was like, oh, well, if I want to be married, I have to just settle for whatever. And now I know, because I surround myself with happy couples and I seek them out. And I say, hi, I want to be your friend. And I want to be in that energy of marriage is fun, happy, and thriving. Like you can create, I'm creating like the most amazing, amazing relationship for myself. And because I know it's already done, I don't have to do a lot of stress about it because it's already done. And I've already done that enough times, manifested stuff out of zero things. So yes, it gets to be easy, and you are possible. I am possible. That's impossible. So Donna, do you have your like impossible thing that you're manifesting? And so what I want you guys to do with your notebooks is I want you to say, write down, tonight after this, create your symbolic scene. Like I've done. I've done it for so many things, and so many things keep coming true and keep happening, you guys. So humor me. And then every day. Now make your symbolic scene super fun and high vibe. Okay? This is stuff I do with my private clients. Like we do this. We get into that place and we create your symbolic scene together if you need that help, because I can bring that energy into it. And then it's like you've heard mine. It's so much fun. So another symbolic scene I've created was the ski trip, right? The ski trip, the whole family's there. We're doing our thing. I've rented this amazing place. Well, spring break, there's a ski trip happening that I created out of my own brain, heart, body. I made that happen. It's happening. It's already happening. I mean, it's booked. And I think I first did that one last spring, and it felt totally impossible, completely way out of reach. But I was like, well, I'm going to play. I'm just going to play with this idea. I'm just going to pretend, because this is something I want to do, right? So you guys are going to see pictures of me and my son skiing. And that's amazing, right? So do your things, guys. Create your symbolic scene, vibe with it, feel it, get it, do it, read it every night, read it throughout the day. Read it to your teddy bear or your cat. Say, oh my God, you won't believe it. Like somebody in here, I know, you're driving that Jeep. You're driving that Jeep around town, and it's like, holy shit, I'm driving my Jeep. I wanted a Jeep back when I was married. I was like, I need that Jeep. And it was amazing. Like my friend got a Jeep and I took it for a test drive. I'm like, I need it. I need this to happen like yesterday. And I don't even know, it was like less than 3 months. I had convinced my husband that that Jeep had to happen in our lives, and it did. And my kids and I loved it. We would go to the beach. We would drive around in the snow. It was like the best thing ever. And then I sold it. Yeah, I sold it, but I loved it. So let's see. All these things I just keep manifesting. So, okay, here's a small example. This is a small example. Like today, I'm getting my car done. And, you know, I had all these warning lights and things that needed to be fixed. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm taking it in, doing the real world shit. Took it in. And he's like, okay, well, we're going to do this for like $200, which is always like a pleasant surprise, right? Because I always think I used to think, oh, well, these cars are very expensive to repair. However, the one I bought, it's like the smallest version of it, and it has this special engine that I didn't even know about. It's super ultra low emissions vehicle. And I'm like, who knew that particular engine has this thing that's under a 15-year warranty? Like who's even heard of a 15-year warranty? So they're like, they took it in, did their little diagnosis, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to pay us $900 to fix this thing. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, the guy that I used to see in Santa Monica, or, you know, the repair guy, he's like, no, I have to tell you, this is under a 15-year warranty, so you guys get to pay for that. And they didn't believe me. And I'm like, go check, go figure out whoever you need to call to check. But for like 15 minutes, I was like, oh no, I have to pay $900. I missed the warranty by 25 days. Oh no. And I'm like, that's not how Gina does things. I don't need to worry, because even if I do have to pay for it, more money, there's always more coming. I do not need to go into this freak out situation. So I went about my business I think I went out and did a Facebook Live or something. And then I go back in, he goes, oh yeah, you were right. They confirmed they're going to fix it for free. Bam, that's like $900 I just recouped, right? So I always look for evidence that miracles are everywhere, that the universe is supporting me. So in addition to finding the counter evidence to the thing that you don't believe, like, okay, it's impossible to walk without pain. Well, that's not true, actually. It is. People have recovered from this pain. I've actually recovered from debilitating hip pain. There was like 5 years in my late 20s where I walked around like I was 80 years old. I mean, I couldn't even walk straight because I had this hip dysplasia and didn't know what was up. And then I had this special surgery, not a replacement, but a osteotomy. And 12 weeks later, I mean, it was painful for 12 weeks, like whatever, but I'm just, you know how active I am. I'm constantly moving, constantly doing all the things and so that's another example of somebody recovering from debilitating hip pain, right? So that's what I asked her to do, like, you know, create affirmations that are incremental, but always hold on to seeing that symbolic scene of, you know, I just created that. I just made up the dancing one, okay? So you make up your own that feels really, really good to you, and it's like, oh my God, how could that ever come true? But don't worry about the how, right? It's not your job to worry about how. It's just your job to worry about what you want and why you want it. So the other thing is to create your benefits list. Like, okay, this is the thing that I want. Now, who benefits? How are all the ways I benefit from this? How do my children, how does my family benefit from this coming true? How does my neighborhood benefit? And create bigger and bigger, wider and wider circles about how the world is better off because of you getting this thing. And that will also keep you connected to your dream, and it will keep you in that place. So you can always connect with how to get lit up. Keep moving toward that. So what else was I going to say? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're waiting for cards. And I'm going to go get cards because And if somebody's on here and can list out all the things that I've said about like creating the affirmation, creating the big affirmation, the incremental affirmations, the symbolic scene. When you create the symbolic scene, you're going to ask yourself how. Okay, and then you're going to get your big what you want, why you want it. That's your benefits list. And then the barking dogs are going to come, right? The barking dogs, those are the things to dig up. Let them come up. Don't push the dogs down. Let the one at a time. Give them names. Hi, Fido. So what's your story? Oh, you think that it's too far, it's too hard to ever walk without pain. Tell me why. And Fido can tell you his barking dog reason why. Oh, you think, so somebody who wants to have $15,000 come into their life next month. Well, why do you think that? You can't have $15,000, Fido. Well, I don't have any clients. Or I don't have a job. Or I don't know. I just never have. Okay, so you're listening to Fido say his things, and then we're going to take those barking dogs and meowing cats. Sorry, Peanut. Yes. We're going to take the barking dogs and meowing cats, and we're going to say, let's look at each one of these. Is it really true that just because of that miracles can't happen? Or maybe it's like, oh, I don't have the experience I need. So maybe you need to get the experience. Maybe you need to make some phone calls. You're getting that surgery, but I'm manifesting my new life to get my surgery, my car, my ranks, my money, and my home, right? And are you feeling that you're taking the incremental steps? Now, you're not worrying about, okay, so let's take this as really practical, a practical experience, example. So you have this whole new life, and it starts with what sets off all the things from this life? Well, income, right? And it's like, okay, well, if I want to make X amount of dollars a month, how does that happen? Well, you have your network marketing thing that you do, but it doesn't even have to come through that. You don't have to tell the universe how to get you the money. So that's where you just connect with what you want, why you want it, keep getting into that, driving your car. Oh my God, I'm driving my car to California. I finally get to go to this thing and it's amazing. And I just got home from that cruise and that was amazing. And oh my God. And you're getting into that thing, that state, right? You're connecting with it. You have no idea how it's going to happen. So you don't have to hold the universe. You don't have to constrain the universe for how these miracles happen. Okay. You just have to say what you want and why you want it. Then remove the doubts, remove the doubts. You're always removing the doubts. They're coming up all the time. As you up level, the doubts are always there, but you get to shift them. You get to reframe them. But then you are taking inspired action, right? You're taking inspired action. So that looks like reaching out to a client, or that looks like, today I just need to meditate. Today I need to just ask for guidance. I need to do that prayer. I need to say, you know what, God, I'm willing to do this differently. I'm willing to look at things differently. I'm willing to do my part. I'm willing to do what it takes. Show me my next steps. And then knowing, fully knowing the steps are going to present themselves, right? Whatever that looks like. Now that could look like, personal. For me, these nudges that keep coming up to me is holding a local meditation group. Like, for whatever reason, I keep saying, I really want to do just to host a meditation group in this community. It keeps coming up. I don't know. For you, it may look like, I don't know. But because there will be things that keep coming to you. Hey, Donna, make that call. Hey, Donna, go to that grocery store, turn left, say hi to that person. I don't know. That doesn't matter. It's personal for all of us. Some of it, like for me, I had nudges to change my diet. So like I started to resist really strongly at first until one day I was like, yes, I'm totally detoxing. And I did it, and it totally changed my life. Like it totally changed. Like I dropped weight. I was thinking clearly. I was doing things more powerfully. I slept better. My energy was higher. So now like I detox most days. Like I have certain things in my life that I just don't eat and drink anymore. Not every day though. Some days I'm going to a party and I'm like, I'm going to eat all the things. But that's a one-day thing. It's not like a lifestyle anymore. I used to eat all the things all the time. And now I'm like, nope, most of the time I just don't. So those are nudges that will come. That's when you are quiet. When you allow yourself that meditation time, you can get into that high vibration state. You can read or listen to your, what's it called? Your symbolic scene over and over and over again. And turning down the radio is the only way you can hear your GPS. Michael Neal, one of my favorite coaches, says it. He's like, I realized I could hear my inner GPS, the GPS system in my car when I turn my radio down, right? That looks like quiet contemplation. That looks like meditation. That looks like having some quiet in your life. Like remove the distractions, turn off the television, stop doing all the things, and just know that when you sit and do nothing, you're manifesting. When you are napping, you're raising your vibration. If you're tired all the time and you're not getting enough sleep, get more sleep. Do all the things that you are drawn to do. Chase your joy, follow your heart, do those things. All right, I'm gonna go get cards and I'll do like 2 or 3 cards, okay? Be right back. And change your words, change your words, change your words. Don't say it's hard. When the mailman comes, say, oh my God, thank you. I know that you're giving me checks or invitations to parties or whatever it is you like. That's what I do all the time. And when I go to the mailbox, I always fully expect really good shit to come, like money. And guess what? I get a lot of that happening to me. I get surprises in the mail because I expect them. I have miracles happen in my life all the time because I expect them. Like today, I just knew. I knew. I was like, there was another thing that was an $800 estimate. And I'm like, yeah, something doesn't, I don't know about that. And I said, what happens if I don't do this repair? He's like, nothing. Nothing. Nobody dies. And it doesn't do any damage to my car. And I'm like, there's your answer. Just by asking questions and saying, I don't think so. So I saved $1,700 today. Bam, that's pretty cool. All right, it's so funny. I rarely, if ever, I don't do stand-up. I don't do stand-up. Facebook Lives, I'm usually sitting down. But do you know why I'm standing up today? Okay, if anybody can guess why I'm standing up right now, just think manifesting. Just think, of course she is. She's acting as if. Then you win. You win a 3-card spread. A 3-card spread, past, present, future. Right here, right now, okay? Who can guess? Why is Gina standing up? She never stands up. Anybody? Who's still on here? If you're still on here, say, I'm on here. And who wants a card? We'll start with a card. No, not the floors. It's not the floors. Think, of course, that's exactly what Gina would do because she's acting as if. Okay, Donna, I'm going to give you a card. And I don't know who else is on here still, but if you are, tell me if you want a card. And if you have a specific question, tell me what that question is about. Alrighty? Donna, you are facing a fork in the road. Yes, you win, you win, you win. I'm preparing for my retreat. I'm acting as if this is part of the retreat. Like I am doing, this is what I'm doing. And I imagine myself kind of standing up for part of the workshop stuff. So you win a 3-card spread. Past, present, future, bam, bam, bam. Okay, who watches Saturday Night Live? Do you know how much of my life I relate to Saturday Night Live? This much. I love it so much. Okay, yay, Sam. Okay. Oh my God, and how perfect is it now? Because I'm about to be 50. So there was this one skit, I don't remember who it was, but she was always like, I'm 50. And she would do this like karate thing, kick, because she was showing how like fit she was. It was really funny. Okay, so fork in the road. Universal guidance, yay. Okay, fork in the road. This is actually a really good one, Donna. Okay, and then I'll do everyone else, and then I'll do Donna's 3-card spread. Okay, Donna, every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled? Of course you will. Or the one well worn by others who have come before you. This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction. Who can tell me why I'm coughing? Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. I think that message was for me too, by the way. I'm seriously facing like a crossroads right now as we speak. As we speak. Donna, are you facing a crossroads right now as you speak? Okay. I think about coughing. I think that, okay, Sam, I think that it means something is about what I'm saying, right? That's the coughing? Yes, there's some, well, it's like either I'm having a hard time expressing something, which I'm not right now, or there's some misalignment in what I'm saying, which I don't know what that means. I don't know. Anybody, can you clarify that? What do you guys think? Okay, so Sam. Okay, Anita. I know, yeah, I do. I mean, it's not the second one that we haven't really gone into yet, is it? It's the first one that we did go down. We totally did, right? Ooh, what's that? Okay, Sam. Wait, get out. Sam, guess what card it is? Just guess. Guess. Write in the comments the card. Because you already know. I know you're there, right? No, close. It's the same one you got. It's the same card. Close to magic. Peace. You just got this the other day. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so do you want to read it about regular old oracle, generic like oracle message, or relationship, or prosperity? I know, right? And look at how amazing it is. Spirit is trying to speak through your clairaudience. Oh, I know. So I love this card. And I already sent it to you from the glare. Always with the glare. I need to be in a controlled environment with lighting, professional lighting someday. Prosperity, okay. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a present to step into your power. Just being is enough, for you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. Yay! That's really fun. That is super fun. Love it. Okay, Sam, are you feeling the peace and the prosperity together? Okay, a tickle in the throat means spirit is trying to speak through your clairaudience. So can you expand on that? And I'm going to pick your next card. Your card, Anita. Spirit is trying to speak through me, which I thought it was meant like if I was coughing when I was saying something, that I was out of my truth, or that I was having a hard time communicating something. Or maybe, oh good, Sam. Yay. Maybe, Anita, because that fork in the road, that's when I think that's when I was coughing. I'm like, in the next 24 hours have like, okay, Gina, are you doing this or are you doing that? And I'm literally like, yep, I want to do that and I want to do that. I want to do them both. Clairaudient. Wait, so I should be hearing something? Okay. Anita, we're going to go with topic number 1, right? And maybe you can help me understand that a little bit more. Okay. What does Anita need to know about topic number 1? Serendipity in protection. Right before speaking something profound, this is a possible sign that there's something linking with you here. Of course. Here, to help you deliver the message clearly. I'm going to have to journal on that So you have serendipity in protection. Another really beautiful card. Look. Oh, isn't that pretty? Take hold. What does that mean? I love woo-woo stuff. Woo to the woo. So the essential meaning, opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck, and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Okay, so this topic number 1 message. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Okie dokie. Now, since it came in protection, we're going to read... Ah! Sorry, Peanut. Oh, my God, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Okay. He's like, don't do that. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one, yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. What do they say? Duh. Well, we're going to have to talk offline about that. What is it? Oh, yeah, rejection is God's protection. That's not that you're experiencing that. but what that card was suggesting, like, okay, this may mean that there's something even better, because I don't know what's transpired over the last 24 hours for you. However, I do know certain things about certain things. Okay, Donna, we're going to do a past, present, future spread for you, and this is going to be fun. You guys have to see Peanut right now. Maybe he's my spirit guide, because he's like, chill, dudes. Everybody chill. But he's not very chill. He's like, his eyes are darting back and forth. He's like, are you planning to go to another room? Because I just got comfortable. He follows me. All right, Donna. What do you think is, it says that the day I go, oh, I know. The day I go do stand-up, like, oh my God, maybe I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. I know, he's so cute. All right, so this fisherman here. Okay, so you guys, here's a funny story. This is a really funny story. If any of you know about my oldest son, he gets really mad at me sometimes. So when he was staying here, he was so mad at me. And I had all these Oracle cards I had ordered from Hay House Radio, and I was going to give them to, like, I gave them out for prizes, and I also gave them, like, as Christmas gifts. He took all of them and hid them throughout the house. He hid them. So, like, one was in this basket that I discovered after he left, and one was, like, under a cushion, and I found, like, 3 of them in these crazy places that he hid them. I'm like, you are such a little bugger. And so now I'm kind of always going, because there's 1 deck missing, I think, maybe 2. So I'm always looking around. Yeah, I know. Super, super funny. He's like, whoops. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do the spread on. How cool is that? So I want to know, what is your left? Is this your left? Let's see. No, this might be your left. Like, if I do, I don't know. All right, so here's your past. Peace. This might be the opposite way for you. I don't know. Yeah. Because, okay. So, is this your left, Donna, and that your right? Or is it left to right? Okay, is it left to right number 1 or left to right number 2? 1 or 2? Okay. Okay, so that's left. Okay? All right. Whoa. So, in the past, there was peace. Just like Sam has in her present. It doesn't get any better than this a quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. So that's your yesterday. Your today is chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling chaos and conflict today? So this says, opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal. Take that in. Projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Okay, so think about that, and let me know if you need me to send these texts to you. Okay, so here and now in protection is your third card. This is your future card, your tomorrow situation. And glare, we love you because we can't see what our cards look like. Okay, I have something really important to add to everything. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to say it. Probably Spirit was talking to me because it just happened during the chaos and conflict. So, the Oracle's message. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. How ironic, right? I will. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. Okay. That's very interesting because here's what I was saying. What I didn't say earlier that I meant to say, that I need to say, I didn't think about it, but I'm always thinking about it, but I forgot to use the words. So when we're doing that, creating the symbolic scene and we're manifesting, here's what's happening. Like, it seems impossible in the real physical world, in this hard, concrete, practical world, right? It seems impossible that somebody could overcome pain and injury and illness. It seems like, what are you talking about? But that's because when you create it inside of you, in the energetic realm, in the spiritual realm, that's where it all happens. And so what the Chaos and Conflict card said, it said something that reminded me of that's what I needed to make sure I shared tonight. That, let's see. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. So, okay, so whatever is going on in here, it manifests out here. That's how some people can take themselves out of their present world circumstances and create, just like I had that calm. I called my dad because he hooked me up with this service guy and made the appointment because it's who he takes his car to. So I called him, I said, oh yeah, guess what? Oh my God, they say I'm 25 days out of warranty. 25 days out of my warranty, right? And I was just like, yeah, that's the deal. And my dad is like, he's like, Schleprock. Oh my God, I can't believe it. He's like, everything is crumbling now. Everything is falling apart. Oh my God, you have to pay $1,700. He's freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going there. I stayed calm inside. I saw myself not paying that money. I saw it all working out. And because I practice this day in, day out, day in, day out, it doesn't mean I float through life, but it kind of does. I kind of do in a lot of ways. Not in every area, but yes, I do in a lot of ways. And this, I wasn't available for the freak out and the chaos to happen, right? Schleprock like an Eeyore, right? It'll never work. That was Schleprock, I think, and Eeyore is like, hi, Winnie the Pooh, or, yeah. So, you can relate to all that and all the cards, right? So, whatever's going on inside manifests on the outside. That's my message. That's my message. So, even though it's like, how can I ever walk without pain? I don't know, that's not my job. My job is to just get you to do the energetic work. My job is to get you to believe it. And when you believe something, it's true. It's true. So all those scenes that I've created, like I'm going skiing in 2 weeks. And that marriage thing on the bluffs in Malibu, that's happening. I remember I was getting married overlooking vineyards. And that was 10 years before I got married overlooking vineyards. what? Yeah, that was just, and it's not like I was one of those people who was like dreaming about her wedding. Like I was not like a wedding planner kind of girl, like, oh yeah, I'm going to dress up in bridesmaids shit and all that stuff. And I wasn't my deal. But now, like, so I already know that something's happening in that situation. Somebody's getting married in Malibu, and well, it's me. I'm in there looking at my husband. Maybe I'm getting engaged there. I don't see myself actually getting married there, funny enough. Actually, I don't know where I see myself getting married, but that's a whole different story. I see myself living the life of this married person. And I don't know who I've shared my relationship vision with, if any of you, but we have this family unit. We've created this home together, brought our kids together. The kids are thriving as a result of our relationship. So that's super fun. I'm so excited. I think we're done. Are we done? I think I said the things I needed to say. Anybody else have any questions? Oh my God, I kind of like this like standing up thing. Okay, you know, because I used to be a teacher. I used to be well, I had a tutoring service for a long time. Oh, and I was a soccer coach. And so I kind of like this format. Obviously, I like to move a lot. I need to slow down sometimes. Okay, everybody got a card? Anita, did you get a card? Wait, Anita didn't get a card. Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, right? Okay, so can't remember. You got a card, right, Anita? Okay, those are Donna's. Okay, yes, you did. Okay, so who wants to know more about the retreat? It's so fun. Did you guys see the photos of this place in Bodega Bay? Do Google Maps and look. Oh, let's do the topic 2 card. Look at Bodega Bay on your maps. And I drove out there yesterday. This is where I used to drive. I used to go to this place, out to this beach. This is where I grew up. So I was in my hometown yesterday, and I'm driving out to this retreat location. I'm scoping out the restaurants. I'm scoping out the houses, and the vibe. I'm just going to be in the vibe of this place. And you guys, it was so good. It's so good, and it's so beautiful, and it's like, it's my hometown. So it's like, then I drove by my house where I grew up, and then I was like, I just was like, oh, I'm going to drive up this street. And I was saying, like, show me a sign. Show me a sign that I'm on the right track, right? And I was like, then I forgot about asking for the sign, but then like a half hour later, I was driving through my hometown, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go up that street, and then up that street to my old house and just check it out and see what it's doing this day. And I did. And there was this tree with these 2 hearts lit up. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'll post the photo of it, because I took a photo, obviously. It was so amazing. I'm like, oh, that's totally my sign that all is well and everything is right on track. Okay, so topic number 2, yin energy. Yin. Be ready to receive the abundance. Receive the abundance. Receive, receive, receive. Okay, so prosperity. Oh, but I think it was in protection. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. I'm doing yoga right now. I'm actually balancing. So I'm reading the prosperity, and then I'll read the protection. You know, I teach yoga now, you guys. Did you know that? Online. I teach yoga online, like super dream. Okay, so I'm practicing my balance, my tree pose. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. Now the protection message says, Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. Okay, fine. Look at that card. So pretty. Like it's a nice receiving kind of bowl. And it's very feminine with the colors. I'll send it to you if you want. But yeah, be ready to receive and believe and trust that Spirit has a great plan for you, and to maybe let go of some of the control aspects. That's what I think. Okay, guys, thank you. That was so fun. Yes, there is a great app, and you can just get the pictures from the app. But you know what? I'm funny. I'm funny because I like the actual cards. These cards have been through a lot too. Because you know that son of mine? He and I are like, we are so like, what do they call it? Courted. We're courted. We're, what do they call it when you have past lives and all that? Yeah. I did not. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. He and I have this thing. So, yeah, he hates all my spiritual things. Like, so hates them. He burned my mala beads back when I earned them from my yoga teacher training course. He's like, burned them when I was out of the house. He was mad at me. I'm like, no. And I still want mala beads. I have not replaced them. I want them to come to me like divinely. I want them to come back into my life. But I don't want to have to act. I don't know why I do not want to go out and buy them for myself. Isn't that funny? So there's that. And he threw these. Another time he got angry with me. He took this deck of cards and threw it into the pool. Threw them into the pool. And so that's why a lot of them are like really scraggly. So these cards, this is why I don't do the online deck. Not that I have a problem with it, but these cards have lived the energy of my life. They have like the chaos and conflict of my past life that I don't have as much anymore. There's a little bit, and he hid those other cards. So like everything, he took my yoga teacher training journal and like ripped it up and took all the stuff out of it. And I had to go and find all the papers and put them together and put it back in the binder. Like, he was very resistant to all of this spiritual stuff. And I think that there's something to that. I think it's actually something in him that will come around. That's what I believe. Hey, Ray Cable, are you on? Can I do a card for you? I know you've been through like things that nobody needs to go through. In 1 week, you've lost people, you've lost your home. Like, you've lost your home in a flood, right? I mean, I'm reading your posts correctly, am I not? Are you on here? Can I do a card for you? Because, girl, you need as much love and support and energy as you can possibly take in, right? Are you receiving? I know you're receiving. I know you are. I know you are. I know you are. But I'm going to do a card for you because I imagine you would appreciate that. And I hope you're still on here. And just all my heart goes out to you. I can't even. And it feels like there's been a lot of people this week who have had like crazy ass tragedies happen to them. And I'm like, why? This is close to me. Like somebody up the street, the dad, husband, whatever, was driving and hit black ice or something, or the other driver, and just hit somebody head on. And he's like in the hospital with like broken legs and all broken, lost everything. He was driving his plumbing truck and it burst into flames, like everything's gone. So their whole lives are up. And then one of my business partners, who I'm doing another retreat with, her very close friend just passed from, I don't know if it was pancreatic cancer, I'm not sure. but she was like 31 years old or something and had kids. And then someone else had some really horrific tragedy, and I'm like, you guys, I don't even know what to do about this. These are not things that like you can just meditate and get out of it. Like, these are real. And I know, Peanut, you're feeling it. So Ray, if you're still watching, this is for you. Imagine. I think we can all do some praying and imagining a really high outcome for you. Imagine. But I don't know, there's just a lot of heaviness for some people, and sometimes I feel helpless. But this is what I can do. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting. Well, this is the whole topic of today. Spend time daily daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow feelings to mingle with your inspirations. And imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat, what you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. Okay, Ray, hopefully you took that in. I certainly did. And I just want to say thank you guys for being on here and bringing your energy into my world. I so love it. And I'm going to go rest now. Good night. Bye-bye.